Here's another either or for you. Welcome to another episode of Either Or. Today I have a beautiful guest, right? And this person has been my friend for 2-3 years now. 3 years, for sure. 3 years. We've been friends for 3 years. And she has honored me by being here today, and I appreciate her for that. Her name is Fifi. I'm not going to give her a legal name, just stick with Fifi. I don't want you guys stalking her. But either ways, Fifi, thank you for coming to the Either Or podcast.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Always here.
Yeah, appreciate it. Today, we're going to be talking about our journey from Nigeria to where we are today and how that is for most people. I know we're in an era where people are trying to find their feeling in life, right? You're trying to see what works for you, where you need to be, and how that works. We would not be going into too much details. We'll just tell you about our own experiences. Now, that does not necessarily have to be your own path to life, but we'll just discuss and share, what happened to you? How did you get here? I'll do the same, and we'll just compare notes. And I hope you guys can learn from that, right? And appreciate whatever we have to give. But before we start, we always start with a quote. So, Fifi, what's a quote that you live by?
Well, I will say whatever you do to anyone in life, good or bad, is going to come back to you. It might not be you, it might be your children. Or even, you never know. But it's going to always come back.
The Bible says, Agbeshe babalo I'm just kidding. The Bible does say that the third generation will always receive the deeds of the parent or something like that. Mm-hmm. Don't quote me. I know it's related, so go figure it out yourself.
Figure it out.
But what about people that have tormented the world, people that have done wrong to the world, and we don't see any reciprocation onto them or their generation? Their generations are doing good. I am not naming names, but you guys understand. You can imagine or picture these people I'm talking about. This podcast is not calling anybody out, so that's what it is. But there are some people that we know of that in history, both in Nigeria and the US, that have committed or done things, and karma never really caught up to them or their children. So what do you say about those people?
Would you really say it didn't because you don't know?
Well, I don't know.
That's another thing. You don't know.
They
might still have all the riches and everything, but their mental health, whatever goes on in their life, are they actually good? Are they happy?
You can't be shutting me down like that. But yeah, we don't know. So let's leave it at that. That might be true, but still in life, be very careful what you do to the next person. Mm-hmm. I believe in karma. Being honest, I believe in karma. I just believe whatever you do will come back to you 10 times fold. You do good, karma still comes back to good people. Yep. Then good will come back to you 10 times. You do bad, then bad will also come back to you 10 times.
So just know what you put into the world.
Yes. Be good. Be kind. Be great.
Mm-hmm. Be yourself.
Be yourself. In a good way. Because you can be yourself in a bad way.
In a good way. Good way.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. For sure. So, like I said, we're talking about like a journey from Nigeria, why you even came here in the first place, right? Just tell us your journey, when you left, where you went to, how you got there, how you got here, and stuff like that. Just a brief history. You can introduce yourself too. Like, what do you do, before you even get into all that stuff? Or if it's part of your story at the end, then just let it flow.
Okay. We'll let it flow.
Yeah.
So, graduated high school in Nigeria, 2012.
What school did you go?
I went to like 3 schools.
What happened?
So, let me see. How did I start? I was in Vivian Fowler first.
Ooh, I know. I've heard about that school.
All girls school. Boarding school.
Yeah, it's rich people's school though.
If you say so, sure.
Isn't it Catholic school too?
No.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay, keep going.
No. But Vivian Fowler, and I did GS1 and GS2 first term. And then my mom wanted me back home. Actually, I guess bullying and all of that, and a couple things that happen, Niger school. You know how it goes.
So hold on, there, bullying. Let's talk about that for a second. What was bullying to you? Because it was a boarding school, right?
Yeah.
I went to a boarding school too.
Yeah.
So what would you consider bullying?
Well,
Before you get into that, let me say this episode is not directed at this topic in particular. I just want to like script the top of it, right? Because we both went to boarding school.
yes.
And we
yes.
probably have our own definitions of bullying
bullying,
and
yes,
stuff like that. But I
yes.
think we'll have another episode where we talk about
Bullying for sure.
bullying
Yes,
itself. But
yes,
just
yes.
scrape the head.
I guess for me it was, I had a good school mother when I was in GS1.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
school
she
mother.
was.
Look at that.
Oh, it was a food prefect. Oh,
Ah,
so I was getting good
You
food.
got food,
yes,
yeah.
And she was best friends with the head girl. So
oh my God, you got away with a lot, didn't
yeah,
you?
I didn't really do much. I wasn't that bad then.
All right, cool.
But I think after she left in just 2, I don't know why this particular one, I didn't like her first of all, but she also didn't like me, and I don't know why she always liked picking on me for some kind of reason. And back then too, when someone calls you a bastard, you take it so seriously.
Oh my God, that was like the
That's the
worst.
trigger word.
Yeah, I know. It was like.
And she called me a bastard, and I'm like,
you go to turn out.
Mike,
Yeah.
And I'm not usually a snitch, but I had to snitch on that one because
wow.
the thing that I would have done, I didn't want to, yeah. So, and I was like, my mother's still gonna beat me in the house anyways if I get expelled, so I might as well just tell her.
Yeah.
And I told her, I know she ended up having to apologize to me, but till today, I don't give two shits about her.
Remember who she is?
Yeah. Oh, I remember her face so clear. I remember her.
Do you know where she is in life?
No.
Okay. I was thinking maybe you stalked her.
No.
Just kidding about that piece.
After I left, though. No.
Okay, you just let it go.
No, I let that go.
Right then. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So then you left Vivian Fowler. Yeah.
And I was in Chrisland, VGC, which is
rich-
another one that
this rich
everybody
people's
knows
school,
about.
man. All right, keep going.
And
now we know you're a rich kid. All right.
No, comfortable.
Then you were a rich kid.
Comfortable. Let's say thank you, mommy.
Hey, shout out to your mom.
Yeah.
I met her.
Yeah.
She's so dope.
She loved him so much.
Yeah.
Always asking about him.
Cool.
But moved to Chrisland just to second term till SS2. Yes. And that was a day school.
Why would you leave at SS2?
So, reason why I left in SS2, my best friend, she's in Canada right now. She, her parents lived in Port Harcourt, but they moved to, the dad had something in Lagos that he was doing, so they were there during that, from SS1 to SS2 time.
Okay.
And I guess it was time for them to go back to Port Harcourt, and it was our last year. So they were like, oh, they have to sell the house and everything and go
To
back.
PH,
Yeah. And they're like, she is probably just going to go to the boarding school of Chrisland. So the one I was in was VGC, the day school. It was just day school.
Okay.
And then they have a boarding school in
Yeah.
Idimo.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think now they have so many. But and she was going to Idimo, and we're best friends, and I was like, I can go with her, no problem.
Oh, so you you just went to Idimo?
Yeah, I went to Idimo
for the
just
last
for the last
so
year.
you're in the same school?
Yeah, it's still the same school,
Just
the
different
same thing.
environment.
Different
Okay.
environment, boarding
Alright.
school. So my last year, my SS3 year was in boarding school. Idimo.
Okay.
Yeah, so we both went together, and after that,
Were you a prefect?
I think I was a prefect in VGC. And it was a
So-
house prefect, if I'm right.
So in SS3 is when you're like
Yeah, the prefects,
The creme de la creme of the school.
social
So
prefects, all
did
those
you,
stuff.
going back to bullying, or being a school mother, did you end up like,
I thought I
did
will,
you have
but
school daughters, and did you throw it down like your predecessors threw it down?
I thought I would. I'll be like, yeah, when I get to SS3, I'm going to do my own back.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Nice.
Till today, I actually saw one of my. They remembered me. I didn't remember them.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I was so nice.
Were you that good?
Yeah, I was
Wow.
actually so nice to them. Like, we get contraband.
Ah, nice, nice.
And then, they'll come to my room and then I'll give them food, whatever, because their own block, their own, what do you call them again? House mistress was more strict than ours.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they'll come if they do something for me sometimes. Not even they have to do something for me. I just give them stuff, whatever I have. I'll give
Yeah,
you and
whatever
share
you
with them.
got. Yeah.
No, but I was actually a pretty nice senior. I did have,
Okay.
I think I had maybe 2 school daughters, if I'm right. But then
Wow.
I knew a couple of my juniors and we're cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't have a problem
Help
with my
them
juniors.
out.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You were a good senior then.
I was.
I like that.
I was.
I like that. I can't say the same, but I like that. I think I was good. I think
Decent, maybe.
I don't know if you ever went to my school
What's
and
that?
I did you wrong. You can hit me up. This is your time to vent, so I can apologize in person. This might be this might be the only avenue you get for me to apologize, because I don't think I was that bad, but I think I had some bad moments. I think
Well, I
that's-
guess you could apologize now to them.
No, I
Once they
can't.
see it.
No, sorry.
You
You
want
have
them
to
to
reach out. Yeah, reach out so I can do it in person. Because then I don't think it's sincere,
Okay.
because it's very generic.
Okay.
But if
Yeah.
you reach out, then I'll be like, okay, maybe this is what you did I did not like, and if it's fair, because it's still subject to scrutiny. if it's fair, then I was a bad person, so it's like I don't do it out of like.
Spy.
Yeah, it wasn't a revenge or
did
whatever.
something
It's
to
like
get
you
it.
did something to get that, back. So if it's something I felt like, I overdid it, then I'll definitely apologize about
Okay.
it. I wasn't a bad person like that, I think.
Guess I was a better
In my own
senior.
head. You probably were. For me, I think I went through a lot of and when it was my time, it was like, yeah.
I'm going to do my back.
I was still doing that shit. But I've seen, speaking about that, I've seen a lot of people come out and talk about boarding house, and recent events in the last 5 years have shown how that system is no longer acceptable, or it's not proper for anyone
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
So
Even
I still believe in
teachers-
boarding house.
Even teachers can spank kids or anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still believe in boarding house. I believe in it so much, but my wife doesn't. And then we've had that conversation, even though we've not concluded, but it's still an ongoing conversation.
But the good thing about it, you have stories to tell.
Yes, and it builds, I think
It
it builds
builds- yes,
character.
yes,
It
yes.
builds personality.
Yes,
Like there's so many
yes.
things about it that
Yes.
I think is true, except for the bullying part that people don't really like. But there's a lot of it that is just so surviving. Like we went into the woods to like understand what it means to live without nothing. Right? It might not be ideal for some people, but it worked. We all went to the stream to get water. Where we see monkeys. Like my school was in the woods, right? I went to Christ the King Catholic College. In case anybody knows, it is in Ijebu Itele, if I remember. Oh, sorry, Odolewu. Sorry, Odolewu, not Ijebu Itele. Sorry, but like that's where I went to. So we had all that experience. So I still personally would recommend boarding house, but some people would.
I think the only reason I will put my kids in boarding school is just so I can be like, tell me everything that happens, so I can come make noise in the school for like the
No.
management. That's
For
the only
me, is
reason
if
for
you're
me.
bad. Tony, if you ever see this in the future, if you're bad, I'm sending you to boarding house.
Don't worry, you got your mama. Ain't gonna do nothing.
I send you to boarding house real quick. But okay, cool. So let's moving past
Yes,
that. So
moving
after
past.
secondary school, did you do the shoot? So
Social night.
not social night, but like when you're about to graduate in SS3, you will have like a Here they call it prom
Yeah,
prom
yeah,
night.
yeah.
We had no name for
What
it.
was it called? I think it was
We're not
called
prom.
like
It was
prom. I
prom
think it was
in.
like
Well,
prom.
you went to rich kid school, so they might call it. But we not. I went to boys only school, so
Oh,
they can never be
okay. They
prom.
can't be prom. Can't be prom. No, it
They
can't be
can
prom.
never prom.
Yeah, we did. We
But we
did.
went out. We had a good time. So what
Yeah,
you guys had?
yeah, we
some
did.
other-
Funny enough, they hated our set, the set of 2012. You guys, we did well. We did good, because I don't know why they hated our set in almost every school. I don't know why, especially ours. When we came back for, is it awards nights and the prom night thing, they still made us cut grass and do stuff, because they said, I don't even know what happened, but they said something happened. The boys had to clear the gutters, the girls had to cut grass.
Yeah.
I'm like, what kind of hard labor
don't-
is
I
this
don't
on
know
like
why
2
our
days
story-
before we graduate?
I don't know how our story is joining.
And they said we have to do it. If we don't do it, they're not going. We're not going to graduate.
We were called the 98 Rebels.
Okay.
With the first set, the whole class was suspended. The whole class.
Wow.
They suspended the whole class. The first set to ever have that. I don't know if they ever had that after our set, but we're the only, at the time I know, I don't know after, we're the only set that every single person was suspended.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, so this was in SS3 too. So no, SS2. I think it happened SS2 going to SS3. So I'm relating with you. Like we bad set.
Oh,
well, we're
yeah.
good people though.
No, we're good. We're good
Everyone
people.
is doing great right now.
Yeah,
Shout out to the
actually,
princes.
Yes, everyone is actually
Alright.
doing good, I have
Yeah.
to say. But yeah, we did have that prom night. You'll see that we wear the dresses and guys wear their suits and all of that. Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah, that's good.
And then also, I think the day after, we now get we all got to wear muftis. Who remembers that term?
Hey, so during my time too, it was I don't know if it was a competition for that, but it was for me. Like I had to
I think
dress
it was-
good.
Yes, you had to dress.
You had
the,
to
the,
dress
the last few
good.
days of school.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Funny enough, it was for me. It was when cell phone was becoming a thing. So if you came with your cell phone, you were like dope as fuck.
What was I using then?
Our own year was like.
I think I was using BlackBerry then.
Yeah, BlackBerry was good. I was using DNA. What are you talking about? Nokia DNA. If you know what that.
You know,
if
20,
you know what that
2012
means.
and 1998
Bro. Yeah, that was like.
years ago. Let's come back. Let's come
Let's
back.
come
Let's come
back.
back. Yes. But yes, we did do that, and after I went to the UK. So
Where in the UK?
I was in Reading.
Reddington or Reading?
It's Reading. It's
I
Reading.
don't know anything. I just remembered
Reading.
what's the name of that show?
Blacklist.
Blacklist.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it was Reading, and
Raymond Reddit.
yeah,
Okay,
Raymond
wow.
Reddington. Yeah, and I was because I did sciences in school, so I was trying to be a doctor. I wanted to be a pediatrician.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did.
America humbles you. That's what happens.
No, that's
For me.
what happened to me.
For me.
No, so I went to uni, and after I went to biochemistry, and the third year of me being in biochemistry, they told me to go start over at medical school in Legon, Ghana, and I was like, yeah, what the fucking no. I'm almost done. I'm not gonna
Well,
go
start
start
again.
over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Then my orientation at that point in time already changed. I wanted to do business, so I was like, you know what, I'm good. I don't think I really want to do this anymore. So, but keep going.
But yeah, I was in Reading to do A levels, because if you want to go into
A-levels.
med school and all of that, you do A levels first.
Yeah.
So I started A levels in
What did you live
Queen
in?
Anne's.
You lived in Lagos?
Yeah, all
Okay.
all life I lived in
Alright,
Lagos.
keep
Where did I stay first? I think Ijesha, then Surulere, then
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Then started at the A levels. It was Queen Anne's. That was the name of the school.
In the UK? Okay.
In Reading. And then, I used to like geography in school. Oh, God, I love geography in high school. Got to the UK, I was taking geography. I'm like, huh? No. Something is wrong somewhere. everything I thought I knew just.
I mean, but you changed places, you
You,
changed countries.
I don't know why I thought it would just
It
be the
would.
same, or maybe I will get it as easy. In Nigeria, I think is
Yeah, we do.
we cram so
We
much. While
do.
there, you need to
We didn't
actually
learn.
yes learn,
Yeah,
and
like
they'll
we
ask
needed
you
to
some deep
pass.
questions. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was tough. A levels was very very tough for me, and I had to call my mom, and I was like, okay, we need to move things around. I don't think
This is gonna work.
this is going to work. So I switched to Bella Bees, and there are two.
What's that?
So it's a foundation school.
Okay. Okay.
So there were two. There was one in London and one in Brighton. I actually had a friend who was in the Brighton one. We went to Chrisland together. Yeah. So I was in Bella Bees and finished there, did foundation, and I saw a physical therapy book one day, and I was like, oh, maybe I could go into sport therapy because I used to be very sporty. I do all the athletic stuff, all the running, all the high jump, long jump, all that stuff. I've been doing it since primary school. So I was like, okay, I guess this is something I can
See
relate
yourself,
with and all of
yeah.
that. Why not? So I started that, and then I went to University of Brighton, Eastbourne.
Nice.
I started studying sports science.
Nice.
So I did 1 year there, and my brother was moving to US, and he was gonna come to US because my dad has been in US for the longest.
Okay.
So
But you were with your mom in
but
the
yeah,
UK.
yeah, but yeah, no, my mom was in Nigeria actually.
Oh, okay.
I was alone in UK.
Oh, wow.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I
Didn't know that. All right.
I was
Were you
alone.
boarding school too then?
Yes. It was a
Well,
boarding
it
school.
was uni. What? Sorry, it's not boarding school.
No, but
it was
the
uni.
the A level school was a boarding school.
Okay.
The foundation school they provide accommodation for you and
Okay.
all of that, so it was still like boarding school too.
Okay.
So, funny story. When you need to go out, like if you want to take a weekend off or something, your parents have to sign off.
How do your parents sign
Mommy,
off
if
in
you see
Nigeria?
this, sorry. Well, I hacked into
She
my mama
probably
email,
you sign it.
and I make a little email and that.
That
And
is
go out.
crazy. That is crazy.
And UK was fun. Oh my.
I need to go there someday.
Party.
I did hear about all that good stuff, but for some reason I don't know, I never wanted to go there.
It was.
Even though I thought I saw all that stuff, I heard about all that stuff, I never wanted to go to the UK. But now I want to visit so
It's
that
not like that anymore.
it doesn't matter. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
I just want to be there and just
Okay.
enjoy.
Enjoy.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, but yeah. Oh no, UK was fun. I had so much fun clubbing. Oh man, clubbing till the sun comes out.
And I think the difference is the age limit in
Oh, yeah,
was
it's,
18 versus the US where it's
Yes,
21.
yes, it was
so
18.
you could party like earlier.
Yes.
in
And
the UK.
once I turned 18, bought my first liquor. It was just right next to the school, Tesco. Whoo, got my liquor and
you were
drink.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
don't worry.
then you don't you don't need to drive.
Yeah.
Just
Take a
take the
train
train
or
or the
take a
bus
bus.
or anything. So everything was easier.
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
And it was nice to be getting allowances.
Nice. Wait, from your mom
Yeah.
in Nigeria.
Yeah.
She was working in Naira and converting into pounds for you, this child,
My mama is
to
a
be
G.
having.
She a G.
For you, this child, to be having a good time.
Yeah.
All right, but
Yeah.
shout out to her again, Mom. If you are watching this again, that's your daughter. But
But you already know all this stuff, so it's
but
not
she
new
probably,
to you.
yeah,
So,
she probably knows it now.
No,
You
don't
know,
hit me when you see me.
she's
please.
happy. She's happy. She's happy of the. I'm trying to get the words right.
Of where I'm at
The
now.
woman you become.
Yes,
So she's happy about
yes.
that. You know, so
You raise a good child.
right.
But where did I start?
So you were in whatever school it was.
This Bella Bees and
Bella Bees, yeah. Brighton.
Oh no, sorry. University of Brighton. Yes,
Brighton,
University
yeah.
of Brighton. And then I was saying that my brother was moving to the US.
The US, yeah.
And I was like, I think I would not want him to move there just alone. And also it was getting financially challenging too for my
Mm-hmm.
mom at that point too. So I just said, well, my dad is over there, so
Why not?
why not? So that's how I got to
So
move.
did you finish from University of Brighton?
No,
Okay,
I only
so
did 1 year,
okay, then you moved to
and then
the
I moved
US.
to the US. Yes, and when I got here, I think it was 2015. Yes, 2015, October ish. That's when I got here.
Mm-hmm.
My brother came in July because school starts here August.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah, because he was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So he did his last 2 years in high school here in Indy,
Okay.
and I got here October, and the first year I wasn't in school. I was just at home.
You were not in school
No.
that first year. Okay.
Yeah, I was just at home. Caught up on a lot of anime.
So you're an anime kind of girl.
I'm an anime junkie.
What was your anime? What was your first anime that got you caught on?
I don't
Mine
know.
is Ichigo.
I don't
Balaji,
Oh,
if you have, I don't
think
even
it
know
is
what you
Bleach.
look like.
I think it is Bleach.
I don't know what you look like, Balaji, right now. Balaji was my roommate in Babcock University. No, it wasn't my roommate. Like, their room was opposite. So we had a bunch of computer guys. Their room was opposite. I can't remember the rest of the guys. I want to call you all so bad. And they got us caught on Bleach, Ichigo. Like, that was my first anime. And that got me into Naruto too a little bit. But then I just,
Naruto is long.
after I finished uni, I zoned out.
No, I'm still.
But
An
I have
anime
siblings that are
junkie.
still like into anime. Right, you're still into anime till
Yes,
today.
I watched one
I can't. I'm
yesterday
sorry.
with my brother.
Are you serious? Yeah, I'm way past it.
Oh please, anime
Yeah.
is wonderful. People get on it.
I know. I can't.
It's not for
I don't know.
kids.
I just. We. Do you know how crazy it was back then? It was a bunch of us, right? And we'll just be on this. But I can never forget Balaji in my life. Either ways, we all just sit on his computer because a new episode comes out every week, and we all just sitting there on his computer. Like, could be like 7 of us watching this
on one little tiny screen.
13-inch screen. You know, just like, this episode is out today.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was like breathtaking. Like, you know, you anticipated it every single time. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
never
first-
just got into it after.
The first one I watched was Naruto, and that was in Nigeria because my brother
Okay.
used to watch it. I used to have the
Yeah.
CDs. Yes.
I didn't even know they had that. We always.
I used to watch the CDs.
Babcock had Wi-Fi. I think they had maybe they were pretending to have Wi-Fi then. But either way, my point is we downloaded it online. As soon as the new episode came out, we downloaded it and watch it.
LimeWire.
I don't even know. I don't know what we used back in the
I
day.
remember it so bad.
Oh, yeah.
LimeWire, used to use LimeWire.
Yeah.
But yeah, we. So I was watching
Watching a
anime
lot of
for a
anime,
bit,
yeah.
and also at that point, because I'm just at home, I started making wigs because I had a lot of then it wasn't wigs.
You made wigs?
Yeah, so it was
I
more
didn't
of
know that.
weave. In Nigeria you do weave on, you just do all of that. It wasn't really wigs we were doing, and I had so much hair.
Oh, so you had skills, handy skills.
Yeah,
How did you learn that?
YouTube.
Okay, so you took it. When did you learn it? First of all,
That year, that full year.
while
of
you were in the
not-
U.S.
Yeah, that year that I
Alright.
didn't have anything to do. I wasn't in school or anything. I was just like, you know what? Let me be turning on my weave ons into the tracks into wigs, and I'm watching my anime, and as I'm
Doing it.
Yeah, and yeah.
So I will say this here and now. One of the biggest regrets I think coming to this country I didn't have was a handy skill,
Trade. Yeah.
trade skill.
Yeah.
You might think that your parents have money or you don't need it. One of the things that you need when you leave, if you plan on leaving Nigeria,
It's a trade.
you need to learn a skill,
Yeah.
a trading skill. Whether it's makeup, whether it's hair, whether it's being a mechanic as a guy, whether it's tailoring, whether it's
Even baking.
whatever, if it's baking,
Anything.
photography,
Yeah.
whatever you can do with your hands.
Yeah.
That this hand, you're about to say atelewo on Tonyoje. Your hands don't You don't fake it with your hands, right? Whatever your hands can do, it's what it can do. You can't lie with
can't
it.
lie
If
with
you
your
can't
hands.
do it, you can't do it, right? So it's one of those things that, funny enough, when I got here and you could fix a car, that's like $50 you just saved
Yeah.
by doing your own oil change.
Oh yes.
By changing your brake pads, you just probably saved yourself $120, right? By making hair that you make $70 to $100 braiding someone's hair.
It's like how much now? Like maybe
Maybe
almost
more,
200?
200 or something
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah.
So those are like
Or
ways.
even sewing, you know.
Yeah, even when you can tailor. Yeah, till date.
Bank money.
We still, do you know how many people sew from Nigeria still to date?
Me one.
Right. So these are skills, handy skills that if you come into this country with, you could, at least we know for US, you could take care of yourself. You could pay your bills.
Even in Canada too, I have to say, because I have a friend in Canada that she does hair.
The reason why I'm focused on US is because, like, you don't work here. In Canada, you still have that 20 hours. In the UK, you have 20 hours you can work. In the US, you're not doing any
That's
work.
true.
When you're here as a student or whatever, you don't have any work
yeah.
permit. You can't
That's
do
true, you
anything.
can't do
So
anything. Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
only reason why I'm focused on.
On
Because
US.
then if you're in Canada, at least if you can get a part-time job, you probably can still pay your bills. But here,
You can't do nothing.
you have nothing.
Yeah.
So it's those skills that you have, or your parents are like rich like hers. But like if you don't have anybody else,
Yeah.
all you have are your hands, and just pray they're good at something really productive. You know. So that's why I brought that up when you
Point to
mentioned
that
that.
too. I wish I did take it seriously because
You'd have gone far.
she did put me in all this stuff after. I went to baking school. I still like baking now. I just don't do it that often. But baking was something I've loved since, and I went to school for that also, and it was good. I went to tailor school. Truthfully, I didn't like it. I think it was just too much. But now I wish I did it too.
I would have done tailoring and mechanic, like if I knew better. Those are I like fashion.
Okay.
And I love cars, and those two things would have brought me money if I knew better at the time.
Even makeup too. She put me in makeup school.
Makeup is
Mom put me in a lot of stuff.
makeup. You know what's crazy? As tiny as making gele
Ah,
at
oh
events.
boy.
This
$20-$25
I'm
for one
telling
head.
you, for one
One
head.
head.
just imagine you are sitting at the entrance and you are just heading people's head. I'm telling you. Do you know? Tying gele, $20-$25 each person. You know how much you can make at an event? Do you know how much? Yeah, everybody likes one best. So you already know that the minimum you will get at a party is about 100, 150.
Yeah.
The minimum amount of people you get. And majority of them are not men. I can always guarantee you. They're mostly women. And women in the US are, at least in Indy, they're ready to show off.
See, they're ready to show off. They are ready
to show
they
off,
are
right?
ready.
Yeah.
They will wait for you to do their gilly.
Yeah,
They will
yeah.
wait.
People
The
just
last
sit there.
wedding I went for, my cousin's wedding, and I had to do the gilly. The lady did the gilly for me. It was $25. She did for me and my mom. That's $50 already.
$50 just
And
right there.
When she said 25,
You
I was
sit-
like, huh? Auntie, make it 20 now. You know, like, come on.
Yeah, give me a
Like,
deal on it.
discount now,
Right?
bring it
Yeah.
back, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, no.
And you just
no.
sit there, you do it for a whole 2-3 hours, and you've made
it's not
probably
even up to 2 hours.
1,000
It's not even
or
up-
500 to I know I'm
Yeah, you know, guys.
ballparking
Yeah.
here, but like you've made a whole lot for a lot of people. That kind of a thing. So yeah.
And it's something that if they like it, they will recommend
they
you
to people and parties and events and stuff like
you'll
that.
be so booked that
yes.
your the people you started with would have to book in advance.
And I'm telling you, so you just be like, oh, this person is having a party this weekend. It's you they're calling. The next weekend is you they're calling. The next weekend, and especially when winter is over, guess what? The party's back to back to back to back to back. So you can rack up a lot during the spring going into fall.
Yeah. And it doesn't say winter you won't get money too. You will still get money.
You will still get money in the
people
winter.
still do parties in their houses.
People do, yes.
They do
a
it
lot
in
of
the
basement
houses.
parties
Oh, yes.
events like that. So
So yeah, learn a
if you can
trade.
ever learn a trade, please do before you I don't care if you're going to Canada, you're going to
UK, anywhere,
Dubai, you're
anywhere.
going to anywhere,
Yeah.
Norway, Australia. I don't care. Just learn a
Learn a
trade.
trade and try to perfect it.
Yes, it will
Yeah.
help you.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep going. Sorry, that just hit home because I had a car when I first got here that my dad bought, and there was when I was gonna change the headlight, I took it to a shop, and it was gonna cost me like $170 to change the headlight. The bulb, that's how much it was gonna cost. So I looked at my life and said, you know what? I went into AutoZone. I bought a toolbox for $35 at a time, and I went under that car because you had to like unhook it. You got to go in.
Yeah.
It's not one you can pop out. You have to go in, take out the front bumper, go in and try to get it
And
out.
it's the front one. That's
Yes.
why. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I did it all by myself, and I saved myself a lot of money. I ended up spending $35. So I'm just trying to say how much money you could save being handy
Let me even help you.
in
with
the
that.
United States.
Even as a woman, I had my speakers in my car, my red Nissan. It was busted. I looked at it. I was like, okay, let me see how much it would be for them to do. Oh my! It was almost like 300 or something. I was like, no.
Exactly.
I ordered the speaker. I went on YouTube,
What? Oh,
opened up that I did
God
it
bless
myself.
YouTube.
It was working
so
perfectly.
good. Yeah. And you're good.
I'm
God
good.
bless YouTube. There's nothing you can't learn on YouTube. So
Yes, there's nothing
let,
you can't learn.
let YouTube be your best friend
Yes.
at some
yes,
point.
Yes.
Yeah.
We even have TikTok. You have everything.
Right?
now.
So
Everything.
many things
There's
that
so
will
many
give you
things right now.
everything you need.
So before you have to be going out to be all these dealers and all of that, please look there and
Look
see if you
first,
can do it yourself.
see if you can do it yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, before you get out there. Yeah.
Yeah. You can be handy as a woman too. There's nothing wrong.
Oh, yeah, true.
Do you know
There's
how
no
much they pay for even IKEA like shelves
Yeah,
and all of
shelves,
that? They
yeah.
pay people to do that, or even the beds. I do my beds, and my brother will sit down and do it.
put
ourselves.
it together. Yeah. There's as long as you're still single, maybe when you're married, then that's when you have the right to be
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a wife. I
not
ain't
gonna do
touching
that.
this. Yeah, hey, where you at, boy?
Yeah,
come,
I'm
come
gonna do
get
that.
this
Yeah,
done.
do it.
But like outside of that, bro,
You
one
can.
thing I learned about being here is it's you or your money.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other way. So is either you know how in Nigeria you can call Uncle Kunle, you can call Auntie
Your vulcanizer
Deborah,
will help
you can
you.
just anybody. No, here is you or your money. So it's so independent that it's self
Yeah.
or it's not family, it's not community,
No.
it's
It's
none
you-
of that.
you
It's
yourself
you
alone.
yourself and
YOLO.
I. Yeah, pretty much. So YOLO. Thank
Yeah.
you. No, YOLO doesn't.
YOLO is you, you know. Yeah.
You only live once. It's YOLO.
Well, but yeah, it's still YOLO because
Well,
it's you
it's just
that's
you.
doing
Okay,
it. So
the-
yeah,
My point.
your money.
It's, yeah. So is that you put your time and energy or your money speaks for you? So whichever one you are ready to let go. So do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Keep going. So you learned skills.
Yeah. Learn some skills. YouTube helped in the making of the hair while I'm watching my anime. And after because I said I was still in, I was trying to do sports science. And so physical therapy. Sports science is called physiotherapy in the UK, but here it's called physical therapy.
Okay.
So when I now could go to school, I was going to go to Ivy Tech Community College, and spoke with them, and they told me they only offer physical therapy assistants, and it was in Terre Haute.
Wow, that's far.
Yeah, it's like how many hours?
An hour and some change.
I'm not too sure,
Yeah,
but I was
it's an
like,
hour
there's
and some
no way
change.
I'm gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, go back.
And so they were like, oh, you know what? Try nursing. You might like it. Just add the prerequisites and all of that. I'm like, okay, sure. I started it. I did all the math, English, all those other classes, the prerequisites, and now getting to anatomy. Whew. Now,
And I just message everybody.
anatomy 1 in US. You think you know biology?
Yeah, no,
You don't know biology. So, because you have the theory part and the practical, you have to learn every single bone in the body, every single muscle,
Yeah.
Every single everything.
Yeah.
And the spelling must be right.
Accurate. Yeah.
If you put an E instead of an A, wrong.
Yeah.
If you forget to put an E, wrong.
Yeah.
Whew.
I've heard about that. I mean, I'm not in that field, but I've heard a lot. My younger sister is going through it right now,
Oh
so
my.
I know, she tells me a lot about that.
It was intense. It was actually intense. But it was still fun to me because I did like biology.
Okay.
And but I just had to study more. So with that, whoever goes into it, like I used to print out like let's say the skeleton now. I'll print out the skeleton thing and just have all the labels on it.
And
And
start
then
writing
start practicing it on my
Labeling
own.
them.
Make sure
Yeah.
how many do I know. It's basically cramming, but you can't just cram it because you have to
You
know
still
the
know
spelling,
it. Yes, you
you know?
still need to know it.
Yeah.
Regardless. Yeah.
So that's what I did. Made flashcards, all of that. And anatomy 1 was okay. I got to anatomy 2. And that was in Ivy Tech in Lawrence. Not Indy anymore. I don't know what class it was, but the teacher was just talking and I was just like, what is all this rubbish? I was like, is this what you want to do with your life?
It wasn't adding up.
It just wasn't. And the thing, I forgot. Anatomy 1, the first day of class, the teacher said, most of you are going to repeat this class.
In the US.
Yeah. Oh, and you know in Nigeria, to repeat a class. Oh.
Wow. So
Your
I
body.
guess that's consistent, guys. What they say in those schools, they say it here too.
They said most of you will take this class
But
twice or 3
I think
times.
that's true because we've seen it's a trend. It's data. It's a fact that most people that anatomy drops people
It does.
in med school, nursing school that I've heard. Anatomy will drop you real quick.
You need to get your head around it
Yeah.
quick and know if
Yeah.
that's actually what you want to do or not.
I
But
agree.
I'll say I did well for anatomy 1. It was good. Anatomy 2,
Was where the struggle was.
I don't even think it was a struggle. I think I just didn't care. I think I really.
That's
was
where you
done.
drew the line.
I remember the first exam we had. He gave us the paper. It was so thick. I opened it, looked through, came back to the first page, looked through again. God, is this what you sent me to this life to do?
I like that.
Looked at it again. I'm like, should I even write my name?
I'm out.
I was
I'm
like,
ready to go.
you know what? Just write your name. Maybe like 10 minutes into the class, into the exam.
You submitted and it's like,
I'm
yep,
done.
I'm out.
The guy was
I'm
like,
outta
the teacher was
here.
like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Immediately as I got out, picked up the phone,
Cause your dad.
call my mama. Mommy,
I can't do this.
we need to find another career. I'm done. Medicine is not for me. Healthcare is not for me.
Yeah.
I'm done.
That's
I
not your strongest
cannot do
suit.
this.
Right. Yeah.
I can't.
Okay.
She was like, okay, well, you like math? And because I love math. Math is my best subject. I did further math also in secondary school.
Let's talk about that for a second. I believe there are two types of people in this world. And I believe there are people that are numbers, and I believe there are people that are letters.
I'm a number person.
I genuinely believe that people are split into two. It's either you're a numbers person or you're a letters person. And numbers people don't know letters. And letters people don't know numbers.
Yeah.
So I think in orientating anyone that is growing up, and before you even hit this level, you need to know that about yourself.
But you know, back then too, it's either you're a doctor, lawyer,
An engineer. That was simple. They didn't really explain it to us.
True.
Right? So I can tell you that I probably would have failed in the medical line because I was never I wanted to become a medical doctor, but I was never a letters person. I was always a numbers person. I was always the 1 + 1 = 2 guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
which means numbers, they add up, they make facts, and
Yes.
I'm good
And
with
it
it.
makes sense.
Now you tell me to remember names of people. I'm not saying names of botanical. I did biochemistry. I don't remember jack anything from it. Just being honest. That's because I never used it for anything. But even while I was in school, I struggled because you name one amino acid, it didn't sit. But then you tell me numbers, it made a whole lot of sense.
You know,
Binaries made sense.
the
Right?
worst part of math I hated? Word problem.
Exactly, when you start bringing words into
I'm
math,
like, why?
it's just, especially, yes, when when you're in school, then they tell you to solve math using words. Like, that is complicated. Why don't you just tell me to add 1 + 1? Why do you have to
you.
tell me
Let me do the differentiation.
Conley had 1, Brian had 2?
Two, you know,
The-
all the
no,
story.
just say
It's
two
too
minus
much.
3.
It's too much. It's
And
too much.
I know that the whole point of school is just to train your.
Your
It's
mind
not.
and all of
It's
that.
not the scores you get. It's how you build your brain. That's the whole. We had an episode when we spoke about this, right? Where the whole point of school is to develop your medulla oblongata, right? Your brain. Where you see things. I think that's the whole point. It's not the 1 + 1 that makes sense. It's the fact that your brain is getting developed and
working
is
and-
ready
yeah.
to accept more challenging tasks when it's time, right? That's the whole point of school. But yes, you need to understand. For me or for anyone, I think you need to understand if you're a numbers person,
Yes.
toe that line.
Yeah.
If you're a numbers person, or if you're a words person, toe the other line. If you're a words person, then nursing is good for you.
Yeah, or anything that doesn't really have to do with
botanical,
numbers.
all the science things
it
are
would
good
just
for you.
be good.
If you're a numbers person, engineering is
Accounting,
good. Accounting is good for you, right?
Business stuff is even okay.
Business is good for you. Yeah.
All those things
Don't
are
forget. Leave law and everything else,
Push it to the
geography or
side. All
whatever
those
to the
talk
other guy.
too
Yeah.
much. Move
Anything
it.
that does not add up, just throw it. Throw it in that direction. Anything that adds up, keep it. That's you.
Yeah.
So
Know your strengths.
it's good to
Know your strengths.
ahead of time. It's good to
Yeah.
know that ahead,
Yeah.
way ahead of time.
Yeah. I know, parents can be like, they want you to be something or they want you to follow their line or something. My mom was an accountant, but I don't know why she never said push for me to be an accountant.
Do it,
I
yeah.
even did business study. I just realized that. I did business studies. And I loved
It even
it.
hit you, yeah.
With the typewriter. And,
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Telling
I don't
you,
even know
it just
why.
gets better.
I was just like, straight on doctor, straight on doctor, straight on doctor.
That's because they push that a lot. They pushed you being medical doctor a lot. And the truth is, you never really look at the strength and weaknesses of your kids before you actually push them in that direction. But our generation is learning,
Yeah.
and we understand better, and we're learning by the things we've gone through, the things that are now are present, are available to us that was not available back then.
Yes.
And we're using all those things to groom our own kids.
Yes, yes.
Do I think it's all correct? No, but at least to a certain extent, it helps improve better on where
and then
we're coming from.
instead of wasting so much time doing some other things, you
could
focus on what you
easily-
actually.
yes.
Sometimes it's not even school. Sometimes it's your trade, and your trade will work for you, and you're good.
We had an episode we talked about that. It's so reassuring and it's so real that even a person that is coming in will tell you exactly the same thing, right? There's nothing wrong with learning trade.
Yeah.
And building your career of trade. Business, well, to each his own, but I believe business is key. Some people believe that, career, like having a career path is key. I'm a blue collar guy. Even though I work as a white collar right now, I believe so much in blue collar, right? But some people believe in white collar. Whatever you believe in is fine by me. I'm not criticizing, but even trade can make you a multimillionaire.
Yep.
Not in naira, in dollars too.
And guess what? With trade, you make your own time.
Your own time.
You're not working
your
on
own
no
schedule.
one's time.
Yes, if you want to work 24 hours,
work.
48 hours straight, that's all on you. If you like, you want to work 12 hours straight, you're lazy, but that's on you too. No, if you work 12 hours, you're not really
you
lazy.
dictate
Yeah.
your money.
Yeah,
in trade.
I think it's if you work 6 hours or 8 hours, then you're lazy. In my own opinion, that's if you're doing blue collar work. I think if you're doing blue collar work, the least you should work is 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours. There's nothing saying you have to. The reason why I believe that is I, as a younger person, believe the more time I put in, I'll make more money. I'd rather put that in
Yeah.
because before I get busy with life, I'd rather run that risk,
Do it now,
make
and
all my
then you
money.
know,
Yes,
and then you cannot
then when you have
relax.
family, you have everything else. You can chill.
Yes,
That's why
yes,
I'm saying that
yes.
doesn't necessarily mean that if all you can work is 6 hours, please, be
Do no,
good.
do
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 your
do
own
whatever
thing. I'm
works for
not
you.
judging you.
Yeah.
Sorry if I say lazy. I'll take that back. But what I'm trying to say is, when you're younger, run your race
Yes,
like
because
crazy. Is where I'm getting at.
you have more
Yes,
time,
you
you
have
have
more
more
time.
energy, you have more
Yes.
willpower. You
Yes.
know, you can learn anything,
Anything,
anything. The
bro.
world is your
Anything.
oyster,
Oh my
literally,
god.
and you can do
Yes.
anything you want to do. But like
Yes.
when you're older, and then you
You
start
have
having a family, you
responsibilities,
have
family,
kids,
kids.
you
Your
know.
time is cut short.
Yep, yep,
So
yep.
much is so cut short. So yeah. Sorry, I know I keep digressing. And that's because you're making a lot of important things that I feel like we all need to know, we all need to learn from. So I apologize if I keep taking us back or deviating from
No,
where
we're
we're going.
good.
But
We're
yeah,
good. We're good. It's
keep
all
going.
fun,
Yeah, it is.
fun
That's the
session.
goal of this, is so we can understand where most people are coming from and how we got to where we are. And if people are doing good today, how they got there, so you can also take the steps it needs
Yeah.
to take the step you need to get there.
Yeah, and anything you can do to avoid the time wasted.
Unnecessary. Yep.
I shouldn't really say time wasted because no time is wasted, but I will say if I knew then what I'm doing now is what I was going to do. Oh,
I'm telling
Oh.
you though, I don't know, but this is another deviation. But knowing what we know now, if we could go back 10 years, at least for me, I don't know if I'll be where I am today, more or less, but I would have made changes that could have impacted me, that will impact me positively.
Yeah.
I know for a fact it won't be negative.
yes, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
The things I know now, if I took advantage of them back
Back
then,
then, yeah. It'll be so different.
I know. Is it that it's not? There are better things. Is that I had a personality that took all those things and what's gonna do rubbish with it? It's not for the fact that I would have grown. Is what I'm getting at. Right now, what I do with it, maybe I'm still young and naive. I would have squandered it. Is where I'm getting at. But
Which is
I'd have been more
allowed.
productive.
Yeah, yeah.
Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
I've been more innovative, more productive, more oriented in the right
More
direction.
tuned.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now if I'll be a sane person, that's different. that's only God can answer that question. But let's keep going.
Yeah, but shoot.
Yeah.
I'm
So
stuck.
we were no, we're good. So you were in nursing school, then you called mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then she
mom
was like, you like math, you did further math, and I've always been intrigued about if something's not working, I want to open it up.
Nice.
You know, light bulb's not working, I'm going to fix it. This
Yeah.
one not working, I'm going to just open. Even if I don't fix it, I just want to see what is inside. And she was like, well, why not try engineering? And I was like, I do like math, so maybe.
Let's see how that goes. Yeah.
And then she was like, I was like, okay, which engineering then? And she was like, do electrical. I was like, okay,
Elect. Sorry.
elect. And
Wait, what's my dad? Maybe he's an electrical engineer. I think he's an electrical engineer. Yeah, he is an electrical engineer.
I don't even think there's any. Actually, in my family, I don't think there's any electrical engineer because most of my cousins and them, they're more into healthcare.
My dad is an electrical engineer.
Yeah,
He'll be bringing out all these tools and like, look for this, look for that. I'm just like, guy, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
But when I said, okay, went to school, what is their thing, looked at their program, okay, entered the class, started. I never
So
looked
was
back.
adding up.
I never looked back. Don't get me wrong, it had its struggles.
Yeah.
I had my
everything
cries. Oh, can I really do this? Oh, my. Oh, this, that. But I never looked back.
That's good.
And till today, I'm so happy I went into engineering because I cannot imagine myself in the health field right now. Ugh.
I don't know. So this is it, right? I always say why you going into the field you're going to is also very important, right? If I'm trying to be a medical doctor because I'm trying to make money, I think that's the wrongest decision
I
I've
think that's
ever
where I
made.
was at.
Right? There were talks about, you be a doctor, you make this, you make that. In the world we live in now, a doctor is not being a doctor is not as
Easy.
it's still no, not even easy. Money wise, is not the way to go. If you're trying to make, there's so many ways you can make more money than a medical doctor right now.
Even the amount of loans and debt you
That
go
you go
into,
into,
they didn't tell you
I'm
that.
telling
They didn't
you,
tell you that.
yeah, they
The
don't
debt
tell
you go into for that.
Oh, so this is the thing. For you to be a medical doctor right now, in my own opinion, it has to be passion for the craft itself, right? You have to have that flair for like people. You really want to help. You really want to be there. You really want to change the world on a medical or health, platform. That's when you do it. But if you're doing it for the gratification of what you're gonna make from it, money, you're in the wrongest career because it doesn't even give you enough time to flex with that money you've made. And you have so much debt you need to pay back.
Yeah.
At least the first 5 to 10 years of your life, you're paying back.
You're paying
debt,
back,
right?
yeah.
And depending on how far you're trying to go in the field, because the field is so broad that if you're trying to narrow it down, you can spend
Couple more
10
years.
to 15 years trying
Yeah.
to get there.
And
So
that money keeps racking up. The debt
exactly,
keeps racking up.
yes.
Yeah.
Your
yeah.
interest is not stopping while you're
Yep,
doing
yep.
that. So if your goal is to make money, there's so many other ways you can make money. But if your goal is to impact the world in the health industry, then yes, by all means necessary, go through it because it would try you. It would try your person. It would try your time. It would try everything around you. But because you're focused on why you're in there, you'll be good.
Because you actually have passion for it.
Yes, you
It's
have
not just
passion for
money.
it. You'll be
yeah.
good.
Yeah. Money
But then-
should not be your drive.
At all,
Yeah.
there's still respect for you being a doctor. You always have that. But
Yeah.
there's respect for people that have money too. Money
So
stop
also, you can be a
nonsense.
doctor too and just do your PhD.
A PhD, right? Yeah,
you
if you're
wanna
looking for
really be a
title,
doctor,
you can have PhD
be a
and they call
PhD
you
and-
doctor, whatever.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
You're still good.
Which, it doesn't take anything from you but 5 years. But yeah, I ain't doing that stuff, bro. I'm not trying to be an academician. I ain't doing that. So when you graduated, how was like finding a job for you as an engineer, electrical engineer?
Actually, even before.
How was that journey?
Let me say, even before graduating.
What did you do to
school,
try to secure a job?
Yeah, like during during Ivy Tech period, I'll backtrack now and say to when I was still trying to do nursing. You have to work, and I wasn't going to be asking my mom for money or anything.
True. So you were working in the middle of all that.
Yes.
Well, that's because you came in as a green card holder then.
No, I had. So my dad actually filed for us.
Yes.
So I don't know when we got the green card and all of that.
But you were able to work.
I was able to work because
Okay.
it wasn't a student visa. Or
Yeah.
anything.
Unlike
it was
most
more,
people.
Yeah, it was more or less like child of a green card holder. Yes, that kind of
okay,
thing.
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because then too he didn't have a citizenship.
Yeah.
So I was working and I was a caterer. I worked in catering actually. So I was a server at Ritz Charles, and it was a very humbling,
Yaki no get levels.
very humbling time.
Yaki no get levels. I'm telling you, everybody goes through that stuff, man.
Actually, there was I think even before I was working, there was a time I was having a class, and I needed $100 to pay for my textbook. You know me, I like math now, so I will do everything in advance. I'll get all my assignments done, everything. I had the assignment done, but I didn't know I didn't get the. It was like a trial thing I got. I didn't get the actual full thing, and I couldn't now submit my assignments.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't want to get nothing less than A++.
Because
Because it's math. I'm like, I have so much pride.
You
for
got
that
this.
one,
Yeah.
And I tried to talk to my lecturer about it. That hey, I have it done. You can check it. I actually have it done. I just can't submit it because I don't have this to pay it right now. And he's like, oh, there's nothing you can do. Da 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 da. He was just so mean and so rude about it and everything. And I kid you not, $100.
Hmm.
Remember in the beginning when I said, put good into the world
Mm-hmm.
because it comes back.
So he can't. Yep.
And I tell you, I was looking for $100 to pay for my textbook.
Bruh. The struggle. Nobody understands that part. Bruh. But I'm listening to you.
You know, they'll say in Nigeria, just $100. It's not just though. It's not just though. Huh? $100.
I almost cursed. I almost cursed right now, but I'm
Because
listening
that's
to you.
just. It's very not just
I
thing.
almost cursed, but I'm listening to you.
And
Let me be a child of God.
I kid you not, I didn't know where I was going to get that money from. At the end of the day, I think it was a guy I was talking to then that I just told him about what I was going through. And he sent me the money. I told him I'll pay him
Nice.
back immediately. I have the, I couldn't ask my mom for the money because, I already know why I moved here. So why would I do that? And he gave me the money. I told him I'll pay him back. He said I don't need to pay him back. I was like, no, I'm going to pay you back.
Sure. Okay. Being a good person that you are.
But he actually said I should not.
Yeah,
That
most
he-
people don't pay back.
He told me not to. He told me not to pay him back. That he doesn't
Okay.
want, and if I pay him back, he's going to be pissed off. Again. I was
Okay,
like, okay,
good.
whatever.
All right.
So I was able to pay for the textbook, but then minus every other thing I had to still do. And mind you, my brother is here too.
True.
So that same week that he gave me that $100 for the textbook, I just got a call from someone. I used to help them. I'll go to their older couple. I go to their house. I used to help them with just little stuff. Sometimes I'll stay with the kids. No, I don't ask for them to pay me for babysitting or anything, but that kind of stuff. And she was like, "Oh, so I was just thinking about you," and I just said, "Oh, I'm sending you $300." I'm like, "Huh? For what?" I said, "Oh, no." I said, "No. You don't need to."
Be good.
I'm telling you that that week after the $100 that was sent for the book, I was like, okay, how am I going to now get money for food and just buy something so I can make something for my brother and all of that, because I'm the eldest. And just like that, someone sent me $300.
It pays to be good. It pays to be good.
I was like, "Auntie, do you want me to? Do you want me to pay you back?" She was like, "What are you saying? Do you know how much you do for us? Do you know how much you help us? And we don't even give you anything for when you do this. I know you just take food, but like."
Shout out to my uncle too, man. I in this moment I would sorry to cut you short. Shout out to Uncle AJ. Shout out to you, man. I know most people always like forget like how things were before they got to where they were. My uncle also did all that for me, man. Like when I first came in, he really just took the burden off of me for years before, I was like, yeah, it's time for me to like take over and like be me. But he made the transition. That's why, like, for my siblings or anybody else that is going anywhere, I like try to do exactly the same, right? So shout out to him. Shout out to dad, auntie, and her husband, wherever they are, they are, and I just pray everything is working out for them too. The way, and their kids, the way the way they've planned. Because when you sow into another person's kid's life, I think you would reap the benefit of that, even when you are not around. That's a thing my mom believes in so much. She's like, I do it without like expecting
anything in
and I
return.
just know that God, wherever He is, will bless my children because of the good I put in the world. So shout out to anyone that is like out there just helping out without, I want something back from it. No, you're just doing it because it's just right. Right thing to do.
If you feel something is good for you to do, just do it.
Yeah,
If you see a homeless guy on the road and you want to give him money, that's fine. Give him money.
I don't give them money. I have my reasons, but if you really do, give it to them.
Yeah,
right?
give. If that's what your spirit tells you to
I
do.
just believe that I've had things come back to me at the dying, like the nakest of like minutes, like that dying second. I've had things come back.
Yeah.
there's some times I like didn't even know where it will come from,
And it
and
just
it's
appears.
just, I'm telling you, from people you know and from people you don't know. Putting this out there, even career wise, there are times when things would have gone bad, and it's the person you least expected at your job
That's true.
will just turn up for you
Yeah.
and just say, "Who? You're talking about that guy?"
I know that person.
Nah, it can't be him.
No, nah, that's my guy.
I have experienced this. I'm not even lying. I've experienced this.
Wow.
It's not even it's not made up. I've experienced that people that you did not even expect to stand up for you stood up for you like on 10 toes. Like, bro, nah, not this person. If you want to be somebody else, go find somebody. This guy, no, I'm standing for him. So be good and be nice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
So no,
Yeah,
but
that just like brings up a lot of memory
like,
and
you know,
like
you
things
don't
like that.
when you talk about things like this, you don't realize how many people have experienced it also.
Telling you, man.
But you know, now we're our society and everything, we're beginning to talk more about things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, put good into this world. Be yourself. Just be yourself.
Yes.
The good self.
Yeah. Good self.
The
very
good
important.
self. Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know, I don't think you should do things in expecting people to do you back, you know, to be good to you back. You know, I think that's a whole different topic on its
Yes.
own. But I'm just trying to say, do what
When
you can do.
When you do good,
Yes.
do not expect it back.
Yes.
Especially from the person I've had a quote on that. I don't remember the quote right now, but it's saying that because you helped save me, then I deserve to honor you. No. That person has the right to walk away, and
Yes.
it's very okay if they don't come back
Yes.
to say thank you.
Yes.
It's so completely okay because you didn't do it for the thank you.
Yes.
You did it from the good in your heart, right? You did it so that person is not in pain. You did
Yes.
it so that person
Yes.
doesn't have to worry.
Yes.
You did it so that person
You know, from the bottom of your heart,
from
you
the
just
bottom of
did
your
it.
heart. So let it go. When
Yeah.
you do good,
Don't expect
let it
anything in
ride.
return.
Don't expect anything.
Yes, yes.
Let God
Yeah.
do his thing.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, it might not be now that he does
It might not even be you.
It might not even be you, it might be your children
It
or your
might be
children's
your
children.
children's children.
You never
Thank
know
you.
that when you're in time of need,
That tide would
someone will
it
help
always
you.
flow. That
you know?
tide will flow back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, so that happened, and I, like I said, I paid for the textbook and everything, and you know, so let's go back to full on engineering
Yeah.
schooling. So it was actually tough. Yes, I said I had some cries and like, can I actually do this? Because it was also hard being in the engineering field as a female.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was
I
very
was waiting on
male
that.
dominated.
It is a
and
male dominated field.
I shout out to Steve Barry.
Shout out to
He-
Steve. I don't know you, but
I don't know
shout out
him,
to
but
you.
I used to call him my engineering husband. He was
Okay.
he's married. He's married.
Okay.
Oh, actually, he was married. Sorry, while we're in school. Yeah.
Okay.
But I used to call him my engineering husband. I've met his wife, ex-wife, a couple times and all of that. But I had instances that I knew the thing. Let's say it's an assignment or something, and I already taught him how to do it because we used to meet each other and have sessions, tutorial stuff, and everything. And you know, he'll tell him that, oh, Fifi knows how to do it, and they won't come to me to ask me.
Wow.
Or you know, or we're having a group discussion, or let's say we're all studying together, and I try to say something and I'm overlooked, and I'm like, you know what, that's your problem, not my problem. But we and Steve have already talked about this issue or
Yeah.
whatever it is, and it's like, she knows. Talk to her. He actually was always advocating for me, and I was like, she knows what this thing, like, don't ask me. She's the one
Ask
that
her.
taught me.
Yeah.
And even when I say it to them, they don't listen to me. When he says the same thing, they listen to him.
That's
And I'm
crazy,
like, oh
man.
my gosh. So, you know, at that point, I'm like, I told him, I was like, see, don't even bother with it. Like, I don't need to get all the glory and all. I don't
I'm
care
good
for
with
it. I'm
that.
fine.
Yeah.
As long as I get it, you get it. That's what I
Yeah,
care
we're
about.
good.
If they
Yeah.
figure it out, that's their problem.
Yeah.
That's not my problem. You know, that kind of thing. But being an engineer in the a female engineer
in a
in
male-dominated field.
it is tough because you have overlooked a lot.
That's crazy. That's one of the struggles in the United States till today. So when the word feminism comes in, or things like that, and justice for things like that, that's where it's coming from. And sorry to say, in the world where DEI currently is being taken away, those are the people you're taking away from, because the world as it is would typically, in a certain field, recognize men before they recognize women.
Yes.
But not knowing that women also is capable as men are, if not even more, when it comes to certain things, right? So that's one of the reasons why I wanted us to get to this part and talk. So you talk about experience about that journey where I'm in a male-dominated field, but this is what I've gone through.
Yeah. And to be honest, God also.
Hey, my G. Hey, so
it has to be the biggest shout out.
Hey, bro.
The biggest.
You can't be anything without my G. You know what I'm saying? Like
you really can't,
bro.
You really can't.
Nothing.
You really can't.
We are nothing without that guy, man.
Yes.
He puts us first, and then in everything we do, everything else. So like for me, I also had my own experience. Mine is different. I didn't do coming here. I did masters and not like I call them a professional career, right? So professional careers for me are like you being a medical doctor, that's a line you toe. You being an engineer, there's a line you toe. You being a lawyer, is a line you toe. You being an accountant, there's a line you toe.
Yeah.
I did MBA, right? So I did masters in business administration, focus on international business. It's so broad, right? So when you have a broad career, the world is your oyster, which also means that you are somewhere, but you are nowhere, because there are 1,000 people like you.
Because it's so broad.
Yeah, it's so broad. So any riffraff can get the same thing, and you too can get whatever it is that they're having. So it took time. I went through a lot to be where I'm at today, and I'm not even where I want to be. That's just on God, and G understands what he's doing, so I let him take control of that. But like, I went through a lot. See how you worked for was that catering company?
Oh yeah, Ray Charles. Yeah.
I worked for other things. I did door-to-door sales, right, for a year, and that was the worst time of my life. Even when I worked at a warehouse, I was happier, right, because it was consistent. It wasn't where I needed to be,
but it's something.
But it was something at that time. That's the thing about the United States, man. Like,
you need something.
At the end of the day, I tell you that 3 things will be met. Is it 3 or 2? But either ways, food will be met with whatever. If you work at McDonald's, you will eat.
Yes.
Shelter will be met.
Yes.
And the last part, transportation will be met. Right? Those 3 things you will meet.
Yes.
Now, if you want more, you need to do more.
Yes.
If you want to save, you want to be able to send money back to family in Nigeria. If you want to buy yourself clothes, you want to buy jewelries, whatever it is, you want a fancy car, whatever it is, you want to build a house, now you need to go
extra mile.
Yes. But for your basic necessity, the smallest of all jobs would meet that. That's the beauty of coming to the United States.
Yes.
That's the American dream. It's that I don't need Mama Nkechi, I don't need anybody else.
Also,
to
electricity.
Survive. There's light, there's internet, there's everything.
There's everything.
But I mean, you pay for all this.
Yeah, but then you can have
it works.
more.
The system works.
Yeah, and like instrumental payment, they do that.
Yes.
They don't do that back home.
Yes. No matter how bad it is, you can still find your way around it, right? Yeah. That's the beauty of here. Yeah. There's the government takes care of you too. I hate when people depend on that, but just saying. But it's there for you. It's there for people that are truly trying hard to make it work, but for some reason it didn't. That's what it's for. I feel like some people take advantage of that. If you do, I don't appreciate you, because then you're making it bad for other people that really need it to make it work. So, but that's a conversation for another day. I'm not here to criticize anyone, but my point is the system works. Your minimum wage works. They've calculated that into, I mean, the world is changing. I feel like minimum wage should go higher.
Yes.
But my point is they've made it to the point where they've thought about the lowest of the lowest position, and now it can work. Now, if you want more,
You need to work
you
hard
need
for
to
it.
work hard. You need to
Yes.
be that engineer.
Yes.
You need to be that medical doctor. You
Yeah.
need to be that lawyer.
Yeah.
Or someone like me, just be,
Trade, whatever you
be in
wanna
whatever
do.
field you
Yeah.
need to be
Yeah.
in. Me, I'm a jack of all trades too. Yeah, I do. My hands are in so many things right now just because you need more to
Yes.
get to where you need to be. You
Yes.
can't just be in one position.
Yes, yes,
right?
yes,
To
yes.
get there. So thank you, Fifi. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. I think I'm hoping that this has inspired people. There's no field that is off limits as a woman. You're a human being first before you're your own gender.
Yes.
So no limits to what you can be. So
Yes.
whatever it is your passion is,
Yes,
guess what?
just
Go
go
for
for
it.
it.
Fifi makes good money, just so you know. She won't say that, but I'm just being honest. But my point is, if you dedicate your time
Yes.
and you're selfless
Yes,
and you're
your
passionate,
energy,
and
everything.
you put your energy,
Yes.
you would get to where you need to be.
Also, one more thing. When you come here, you have to open your mouth and ask questions because nobody is gonna help you unless you open your mouth.
Please, I have a quote on this. Go check it out too. You need to speak out. It is very important. I know she just said it, but I cannot say it enough because even if you don't come here, even if you are in
Anywhere.
Nigeria,
Yes,
even if you are
anywhere.
anywhere in the world,
Yes.
closed mouth don't get fed.
Yes.
Open your mouth and talk. Talk to people.
Yes.
Now I know I've had sessions where I'm like, but my advice is like know who you're talking to. It's very important. I never say don't talk, but I'll say know who you're talking to.
And ask the
That's
right
very important.
questions.
And ask the right questions. That's very important. So I always tell you that because if you go follow person with no road, you go miss road. You understand? So but it's very
Yes,
important
yes.
that you talk regardless.
Yeah.
You need to talk. You need to find someone that's been there. Don't act like you know it all. Nobody
You
knows it
don't.
all.
You don't. You don't.
Especially
You
when you're
don't.
coming to a new country. Trust and believe me. I had friends that knew information way before I knew it, and because
You didn't ask.
I did not say anything, they also kept their mouth shut. And some people will just look at you and say, this guy's a big boy. He doesn't need me. Please, if you're not a big boy, talk so they know you're not a big boy.
Talk,
Because some people will be thinking, Nelly, they're all right. Almost sometimes Nelly, they're all right, right? Sometimes if they're all right.
See, you have to open your mouth.
You need to come out. You need to talk about it. You need
Yeah.
to put your stuff out there so that
Yes.
people that have information can tell you, oh, gee, I heard about this stuff. Would you be interested? Or how do I go about it? One thing that is brewing in the Nigerian community in the United States is communalism. And I'll explain that in a few sentences or whatever. Is that people are passing on skills to the next generation.
Yes.
The rate at which we have Scrum Masters having Scrum Master sessions and teaching other people how to become Scrum Masters and helping them in passing their certification and getting a new job is out there.
Yeah.
We have those in the IT field,
Yeah, even
cybersecurity,
I just recently joined
networking,
one. Yeah.
networking, database, and whatever. Shout out to my guy, CEO of Await, Ade Adewale, right? He's doing that right now too. He's training people on how to be a database administrator. Okay. He's putting that out there and it's helping you through how to navigate into a new career. That's something you can take advantage of, right? People are doing that. Community is getting bigger. Our Nigerian community is getting bigger. If other people can do it, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And Nigerians are getting there. I know it's going to take time. Yeah, I know it's going to take time to we meet up to other counterparts that are already like when they infest a place, the rest of them just go, you know who I'm talking about. I ain't gonna mention names. But we're getting there. It's gonna take time, but we're getting there too. Love for each other is becoming more and more. We just want the next person to be better. I think we should have started this like years ago, but
no, back then it was, it's God.
It's God
that did it for me.
Nobody spits out. Like, I'm gonna take your glory. But
Yes,
either ways,
yes.
I'm glad we're getting to the next level
Yes,
now
yes.
about ourselves and things like that. So to round this up, I'll let Fifi just leave us with words of encouragement for anyone that's trying to come in, anyone that's trying to get in a field that is male dominated or any field of their choosing or whatever direction they're trying to go. So just leave words with final hoorah. Yeah, sorry, I'm not in the military, but final hoorah or whatever that people will want to hear.
I feel like whatever you feel is your strength, just go for it and ask the right questions. Some people, yes, might not want to help. That's fine. You might get some no's. That's okay. You might get some yeses, and those yeses too might actually be
Knows,
no's.
yeah,
But
guarantee.
don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Invest in yourself, and just believe in yourself, and everything's gonna work out for the best. That's
Yeah,
what I'll say. You end up, the universe and God will bring the right people to you,
I'm telling you.
but you need to invest in yourself and
Yes.
believe in yourself.
Yes,
So
consistency and discipline, right? She
yes,
just mentioned those two things. In
yes,
anything she said, it's consistency, which don't give up, keep
yes,
trying.
yes.
Discipline is that keep
Keep
trying, keep
trying. Just
developing
keep it.
yourself, and
Just keep
just
it.
throw
Yes,
that line, and
yes.
things will begin to work
Yes,
out for you and
no
stuff like
knowledge
that.
is lost,
None
and
at all. We've
you
tried different stuff.
learn.
I don't know about her, but for me, I've tried different things, and like I said, I'm jack of all trades, right? But I do have where my focus is on, and I'm still I continue to build on that,
Yes,
right? And I'm still navigating through so many other things, right? Just to make ends meet and
yeah,
like try to build my own portfolio and build everybody around me too as much as I
yeah.
can.
When you get
So
advice, do your own research too. Don't just go with whatever you hear from whoever.
that's
Do
a good
your
one.
own research
That's a good one.
and figure it out.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you figure out which is best for you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like your first intuition on whatever decision you want to make is always the right one.
Tell you.
So believe in yourself, and I think
Yeah.
you do well.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Fifi. Appreciate
No
you having this beautiful session with
problem.
us. And we've learned a lot today. There's so much that has been said from just even being a younger person and developing into who we are today and the journey that goes so far, that goes into all of this so far. So thank you very much for coming on this session, and thank you for bringing things to my viewers. And I feel like they've learned a lot, and anyone coming here to has learned a lot too in
Yes.
trying to be here and what they need to do to prepare to
To
come
come
here,
here.
and
Yes.
also what they need to do when they're here to
Yes.
become to get to where they need to be.
Yes.
So I think that would be greatly appreciated. So thank you so much.
Yes,
And
more sessions to come.
yes, Fifi will be on some other sessions. We're gonna have more people. Like I said, I keep working on getting more friends, more family members, and professionals. Anyone I can get just to share their stories and share what they've been through, what they've been through, and where they're going to with all of us from different topics in different hemisphere of life.
Yeah,
I'll put it
different
that
views.
way. Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much. So stay tuned, stay locked. Either or. I will see.